I got a great question on my last video. Someone asked me how to overcome the fear of landing Primo, since I spend a lot of time on the side of my board. And while I don't think that there is a quick fix to desensitizing yourself to the fear of Primo, I do believe that anyone can do it. Because I used to be terrified of Primo, and now I absolutely love landing tricks in rail. Before we start, a quick note on language. I typically use the term Primo for accidental lands on the side of my board, and I usually use the terms rail or rail stand when referring to tricks that are done intentionally on the side of my board. Anyway, to get right to it, for me, it mostly comes down to three things: protective equipment, freestyle wheels, and exposure therapy. First, any kind of protective equipment that gives you confidence will help you immensely, whether it's shin guards, a helmet, or wrist guards, just whatever you need. Personally, I have a really weak left wrist, so for the last couple years, I've struggled to feel comfortable in rail without a wrist guard on, especially on my left hand. So unless I'm doing something I'm really confident in or thoroughly distracted, I can't really skate without it. If I don't have it on, the fear of falling and hurting my wrist again makes trying new rail tricks really scary. But the moment I put that wrist guard on, it's gone, and I feel really comfortable again. Second, freestyle wheels are designed to be skated sideways, making them perfect for all tricks done in rail. They're offset, meaning that the bearing sits off to the side, so the body of the wheel can cover the axle, which gives you lots of stability when you're on the side of the board. So a pair of freestyle wheels and the right trucks that make your wheels flush to the side of your deck make a huge difference, whether you want to become a rail trick master or just want that extra stability when you accidentally land in rail. Because even when it's an accident, when it comes to freestyle wheels, the board just wants to sit on its side. It doesn't want to flip or flop over like it does with regular wheels, which makes it wobble less and feel a lot more secure, even when you're not expecting to land Primo. And there's the added bonus of not ruining your axle when you're in rail stand. And third, the real key to overcoming a fear of Primo or rail tricks in general is just time. You need to spend as much time in rail as possible, starting with the absolute basics and slowly working your way through as many tricks as possible. There's unfortunately no shortcut that I'm aware of for desensitizing yourself to rail stand. But I know from experience and from watching my friends that it's just something that improves over time. The more time you spend in rail, and the more tricks you learn in rail, the more skill and confidence you develop. Even falling out of rail over and over and over again is really important. It lets you both get used to making mistakes so that you don't panic, and it helps you learn some recovery skills so that you can handle these types of falls and bails better. It allows you to gain experience falling in a way that's intentional and not accidental. You're not landing in Primo, you're falling from rail. And I think that distinction really helps you in the long run as you get used to handling that position. Because if you spend a lot of time in rail and falling out of rail, later when you accidentally land Primo and fall, you have a much better chance at staying calm and recovering from it. Consistent practice is the key here, tipping the board over and building up confidence one session at a time. I can actually still remember the first few times I hit Primo and consciously realized that it hadn't scared me. Once I spent enough time in rail, it felt oddly normal and underwhelming to accidentally hit Primo during a kickflip or a heel flip. It was just, whoops, and nothing else. There was no panic or anything. And that also helped my confidence. Of course, it is not fail-proof. A couple years ago, I did take a really bad fall from a surprise Primo landing, and that left me pretty hesitant to work on flip tricks for a while, but I just went back to the beginning, started spending more time in rail again, doing what I felt comfortable with, and slowly progressing from there, working my way back up until I regained my confidence. Overall, it is a long journey that looks different for everyone, but if you can find the joy in your sessions as you go, you'll definitely get there.